אוקיי, יופי, זה עובד, יופי. היי, מה המצב? עבר זמן מה מאז שאני עשיתי סלייד הפרינסס? זה היה הפעם האחרונה, רגע. לפני שבועיים, וואו. החלטתי לעשות...
אוקיי.
ושכחתי להשתיק פה, יופי. הנה, anyway. הגיע הזמן לעשות משהו שמעתי שזה היה בעצם תוספת לפריסטין קאט, אבל אני אלך פשוט על פי מה שאני יודע. אז אני רגע אבטח את המשחק, עוד לא פתחתי את זה עדיין. הנה, there we go. בואו נשחק בסלייד הפרינסס, כי הגיע הזמן כבר אם אתם שואלים אותי. שאני הולך להשיג את רוב הדברים שקשורים בגלרי, או גלריה, שזה כנראה יכליל all achievements. בסוף, אומייגאד. Like Tabby, Serenity, Content Warning, ו-here we go. פעם קודמת, אני זוכר את זה ממש טוב. השגתי את כל פרינססיות, נסיכות. הרבה יותר קל להגיד את זה בעברית, נסיכות. השגתי את כל הסוגים של הנסיכות. לא endings, obviously, בתור דוגמה, אבל אני כן פתחתי כל possible story path שיכול בעצם להיות שקשור לפרינסס. מהאדברסרי כל הדרך ל-happily ever after. אז, מה שאני רוצה יותר להראות פה, הנה. שני דברים שאני רוצה לעשות פה. אחד, we don't think there is a way for us to leave, but maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. או שתיים, return to your strange beginnings and slay her once and for all. זה הדבר הראשון שאני רוצה לעבוד עליו. זה למה אני עשיתי משהו אחד. משהו אחר זה. Destroy her without any outside help.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
אז יאללה. Let's get going. רגע, זה... שנייה. רגע, לא. זה הצ'פטר 2, חשבתי שזה האנדינג משום מה. אומייגאד, proceed the cabin. זה הרן השני שלי. אז זה יהיה קצת אינטרסטינג בנוגע למה אני אבחר פה. ואני רוצה להתחיל הטאוור. כי אם מישהו זוכר, יש בעצם ראוט שאני פתחתי, אבל אני לא הצלחתי.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
אז אני אקח את הבלייד. Obviously אקח את הסכין הזאתי. או whatever. אני לא אוהב את זה, אבל אני חייב בשביל האנדינגס. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated. Her voice carried.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you.
Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what...
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hand.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
בגלל שאני dumbass, אני עושה את הדרך הזאת להשיג את הטאוור. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world. That doesn't sound right to me.
She has a point.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a... but you don't really know me.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the...
She's wrong. This isn't about trust.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones.
Oh boy.
Making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat, with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
טוב, זה היה הפלן שלי כל הזמן הזה. יש סיבה אחת למה אני חוזר לטאוור. ומי שראה את הלייב האחד לפני האחרון של לפני הפרק הזה, אז כאילו לפני שני לייבים שקשור לסליידי פרינצס, יודע בעצם מה אני עומד להשיג פה. אני יודע שיש לי סייב, אבל אני דפק לא משנה מה. כי אני השגתי אנדינגס שמה שהם בעצם בעייתיים במקרה שלי.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
הטאוור.
You're on a path, you're here to slay her.
הטאוור. תודה רבה.
A warning, she will lie. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her.
לא.
And stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Oh, boy, זה יהיה easy.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
מי שזוכר בעצם מה שאני עשיתי קודם,
I'm just being realistic.
מי שזוכר מה שאני עשיתי פעם קודמת זה בעצם רציתי להשיג את האפופיוסיס, אבל במקום זה אני הלכתי לכיוון אחר.
Being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world.
Lolly dog, narrator.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Take the blade!
Take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the base. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. Huh. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Kadima Tower.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a
A wam
stained
kama
glass
szwot,
window.
masz, a nie
Her
sak
long hair
radiotach?
billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
It's about time.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me.
Hi.
I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Pamanio Dash is a little useless.
Drop it.
Titan grip.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
מי שרוצה לדעת למה אני לא מגיב פה יותר מדי, אני כבר עשיתי את זה. Obviously אני עשיתי את הדבר הזה, אני קיבלתי את ה-achievement שקשור לדבר הזה, אבל בגלל שזה לא היה מה שאני רציתי, אז בעצם הייתי חייב לעשות reload. ואני הסברתי למה אני לא יכול להמשיך משם.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just gonna let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It does. But why did she say the last time we met? That's not right. That can't be right. She's right. We've been here before. And we've died here before. Pitifully. We might as well do what she asks of us and help her. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but the point stands. What are we even supposed to do to stop her?
אוקיי, שנייה אחת, מצטער על זה, אבל אני כבר חוזר. אוקיי, חזרתי. מצטער על זה. בוא נמשיך.
Well, I'll be damned. That's not good. Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Of course. No. I am not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Pick up the blade. קראתי את כל זה כבר קודם, אני ראיתי את זה קודם.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
אמרתי על זה כבר קודם.
You can feel
Stand.
a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Pause לרגע. Quiet shadow לבין brilliant radiance. זה היה דווקא מרגיש לי מוכר. כאילו אולי באמת quiet shadow מדבר על הקונספט של ה-long quiet וה-brilliant radiance מתאר בעצם את ה-shifting mound, במיוחד על זה שבו הם literally opposites לרוב, במיוחד בצבעים. אם אני אעשה לרגע סייב. בצבעים, לרוב, הנה דברים שקשורים על הלונג, על ה-shifting mound, וזה הלונג quiet. אומייגאד, זה מפה מתחיל? אוקיי. אבל רק בתור דוגמה, ככה נראה לונג quiet. הוא בעצם יותר חשיכה בזמן שהיא יותר אור. אז זה משהו.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
לא.
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
And this.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Slay the princess.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry.
Don't! As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Oh boy.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
Kadima!
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it.
Kadima
Your
hero!
hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. The blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
Kadima!
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Slay the princess.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Set up. Oh.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her.
It's a mercy. Take it.
Lord.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
קדימה. Slay the princess.
No.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance.
קצת מעצבן בעצם שזה בעצם הראוט הראשון, או טכנית השני, מי שראה את הפרק הקודם. יראה, אבל היי, איך אומרים את זה בעולם שלנו? Fuck it! send it עד לסוף!
She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
We can do this, can't we?
קדימה.
You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
No.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
אני גם ככה לא מאמין באלים, כל זה בולשיט!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop
Ooh,
as your
boy.
spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
שיניתי אותך מהאפופיוסיס אל פיורי.
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
זה היה התוכנית שלי כל הזמן הזה פה.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Get fucked, broken.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together. I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
וזה איך שמקבלים God Killer. זה איך שמקבלים God Killer. אבל הסיבה שאין את זה זה בגלל שאני קיבלתי את זה קודם, כמו שאמרתי.
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you.
Everything goes dark.
Everything goes dark.
And you
And
die.
you die.
A Fury. Welcome back, Fury. Oh
On
god.
a path in the woods. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
Hey, broken. שכחתי שאתה בוכה כל הזמן הזה. Shut up.
I think he's upset.
Oh, you think?
And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Oh, stubborn. Okay.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was, and ever will be.
אז במקום broken. רגע לא. What? זה לא בול אותם וויסים? ברוקן מהטאוור וסטאברן מאדווסרי. אני יודע שפעם קודמת אני הייתי פה עם אדווסרי. בלי קשר לאפייר של הפרפיוסיס, שאני לא התקדמתי בכלל, אפשר לראות את זה פה. אז רגע, זה רק ברו... I don't cold. רגע, what? עכשיו אני אשכרה מבולבל, מי היה איתי פה פעם קודמת?
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed.
You're being too generous.
You did get us killed. Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions.
אני לא זוכר מי היה איתי פה פעם קודמת. זה מאוד מעניין, באמת לא זוכר עם מי הייתי פה פעם קודמת בשביל פיורי. וואלה, הגיע הזמן שאני אחזור לפה, I guess. כן, יש לי.
Right, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her. It's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
אני באמת לא זוכר בעצם מה אני פספסתי את זה לפי. Oh my god. What a heart held in ribbons. Lady's still here, even after everything. I feel so cold, is it because you're gone? If only you could remember what I remember. If only you weren't so weak. A towering heart, wounded and alone. One that is familiar to you, if distant. What are you? You're not exactly your skin. Come on, one more step. Do it! Hit me! Show me what you're made of! Preserved perfectly in the amber of her torment. It's not over. We're a god killer. We've returned from death itself twice. Oh! Now, little bird, what is it you wanted to tell me? Bana said a double god killer. Cause why the fuck not? Oh my god. זה אשכרה נראה כיף.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
It's chapter 3. Silently proceed to the cabin. Go.
Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her.
Kadima.
That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
כמה מטורף בעצם שיש כמה פרינססות שונות שבו בעצם יש דברים ממש דומים אחד עם השני. זה דברים ממש דומים אחד עם השני, שאני כן חייב לעשות על זה קומנט. כי... אני זוכר בעצם, בתור אחד מהדברים הראשונים שאני אי פעם עשיתי, אני רצחתי את הדאמזול, כי הסמיתן היה פשוט מעצבן. הסמיתן היה כאילו, איזה יופי, וכל מיני בולשיטים כאלה. anyway, רצחתי את הדאמזול, והסמיתן בצ'פטר 3, בגריי, אמר בעצם, אולי יש סיכוי שנוכל בעצם לעשות סלוויג' לסיטואציה, אולי עדיין אפשר לסלוח ובלה בלה בלה. ברוקן פה מדבר אותו הדבר. 100% מעניין שיש כמה... זה ממש separate. זה ממש קצוות שונות.
Cut it out, will you?
Sorry.
You need to be tough right now. You're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
למזלי, הכל בסדר איתי. anyway, מה שרציתי להגיד, הפיורי והגריי הם שני קצוות שונות שיש בממוריז, אבל הם פועלים על ידי similar logic. יש בעצם לוג'יק שהוא בעצם משותף בין שניהם. שזה interesting. יאללה, סטאבון. ביחד. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Obviously. Take the blade.
Take the blade from the pedestal. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
הפעם במקום פרנויה, אני בא לפה עם complete power. בוא נעשה את זה.
Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
יופי. Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. Almost as if you don't see it. But you must, because it's right there in front of you. All we see is a damn mirror. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean? Wipe what clean? The door? The mirror. What are you talking about? You're standing in front of a door. Whatever non-door thing you think you're looking at, it isn't real, because if it were real, I'd know about it. But it has to be real. It's right there.
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it. I'm with him on this one. Smash it. Let's get violent already.
קדימה.
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Smash it!
Bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet
עדיף שאני אוסיף,
press in uncomfortably at your side.
עדיף שאני אוסיף בעצם את הדבר הזה שכאילו כל המשחק הזה
At once exposed
משתמש, כל המשחק הזה משתמש בגוונים של שחור ולבן. Obviously בשביל לתאר את ה-long quiet ואת ה-shifting mound וכל האלמנטים האחרים. זה הדבר היחיד שאני יכול לחשוב עליו שבו יש בעצם צבע שונה, וזה אדום. כל דבר אחר הוא גוונים של שחור ולבן. אולי יש דמיון עם הדשא, אבל זה בגלל שירוק כהה כנראה, או כחול, הם קרובים מאוד לגוונים של שחור. זה אני די בטוח שזה שחור. זה הדבר היחיד שבו יש בעצם צבע, אדום, של דם. שזה ממש מעניין.
The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart?
אני די בטוח שדווקא מקבלים divine heart להאפופיוסיס. נעשה רגע סייב בשביל לבדוק ממוריז. A terrifying and divine heart. אז טכנית נכון. terrifying ו-divine
Come see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
Fury.
See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
אתה לא עצרת אותנו על קטע גרוע. ולמה הרסנו אותה? אני די בטוח שזה desecration. להרוס. או מהבחינה של המילים האלה. זה בגלל שאני רוצה לקבל עוד endings. אני רק מחפש endings. אני השגתי את כל הפרינססות, אז טכנית יש לי את רוב הסטורי פאפס, אבל אני רוצה endings.
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. And we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
קדימה!
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
She was going to end the world last time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here. And it's why your task is so important.
בואו נעשה את זה. Continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood. A deep, sickening
Hey,
red that drips
Fury.
down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor.
עבר זמן מה?
This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
עבר זמן מה? Fury.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
כן.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
יאללה, Fury.
Let her end it.
No.
It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Na 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 na. Love, broken.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. Only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
Slay the princess.
Your heart full of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow. It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
קדימה!
With a horrifying squelch,
Oh.
you are unwound.
Oh. נראה שזה משהו שאני עשיתי.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
קצת מעצבן שאני ניגש לראות בין אחים מגעילים על ההתחלה פה של הלייב, אבל היי, זה סלייד הפרינסס, הייתם אמורים לראות את ה-content warning.
We're not out for the count just yet.
קדימה! This is no time for words. Step forward and engage your enemy.
Skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge towards the princess.
Whoa.
That's right. She'll never stop us.
קדימה!
Still you defy your god! I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again!
You swing for her heart.
Ooh.
What's left of you explodes.
מה? א' זה חדש, ב' מה?
So that's it. It's over. Just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
Mamash broken.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
כי זה chapter 3.
No! No! It's not over! We're a god killer! We've returned from death itself twice!
קדימה!
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one. But functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room, yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in, incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment. We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
Uh-huh. Come on, Razor! Shed this vessel for the next.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
אבל בסופו של דבר ננצח אותה. But you do die! There is a great release as you lose your grip on what's left of your flesh and blood. And yet, you're still here.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess?
Yalla, Bona says it!
This place is different.
Oh!
Death all around us. I want to go back.
Hunted! Why?
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
Yes.
The Princess tilts her head to look at you and with a gesture. You are unwound.
Oh boy.
Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
So?
You know what to do. Again.
Kadima! Die again. Again, you relinquish your body, and again, you find yourself here, but somewhere else.
Your Honor, she's gorgeous.
Absolutely
Hey, Smitten!
divine.
Shut up!
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
Uh-huh.
And what are you doing?
Killing her!
Attacking her, obviously.
Kadima.
Right. You charge towards the Princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
אני מוכן לשחק עד הסוף פה.
you explode.
Bruh.
Again.
And again. You let yourself go, and you are living once more.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
Hey, cheated! מתגעגע לרייזר?
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
Oh my god, this is fun!
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the Princess and we're unwound. Yes, her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with winding pain.
No.
Again.
You have no body. You exist. You are reborn. זה חלק מהלון quiet?
Your Honor, no time. You narrate now.
קדימה.
Yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the Princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
קדימה.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
מיליונים.
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away.
Oh boy.
Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
Hey, Cole.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
קדימה.
It doesn't last. You are disintegrated. Everything goes dark.
Oh. But there is no you to talk. Along ani ashkara along quiet.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
אבל אני כן בחיים. אני alone quiet.
That feels right.
Pickled.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
I don't know,
We
Matt.
always have been. If we're nothing, then how can we do anything? The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be.
And this. A force races towards the princess's exposed heart. Threads of textures pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I've scattered the atoms you clung to and there was nothing there to find. You can't exist.
Awalani can, Kayam. The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
Sorry, princess. אבל זה מה שקורה כשמתעסקים עם God killers.
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
Shifting mound? תודה רבה. Quantum beak! Find means to tramp over an angel scorned. Oh boy. He didn't get a chance to respond. Something has taken her away. And it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. And I don't know how I would even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. It's like it's mocking us. Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, no talk. Cold with stubborn? Ashka it's cold with stubborn? The hero? Okay, I got cheated. I hunted. And for him, that's broken. Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
כן, זרק שניהם. איפה האחרים? You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silent as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Oh my god, lost city stranger? Or should lost city save? Oh my god, even your lost city saved a stranger. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Hold on! Hold on, מה זה? שנייה אחת, שנייה. מה זה?
You step to the right. We can do that?
I don't know if she had the chance to hear your silence. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. And is that a... I'm begging you.
Approach the mirror. לא עשיתי את סטרנג'ר בהתחלה? זה אשכרה מעצבן, אבל זה אומר לפחות שאני יכול לעשות סקיפ. רגע, אני לעשות וילה רבולוז'ון. Take the blade, enter!
Good.
Continue down the
You're still
stairs.
listening to reason.
Not decided yet. You're up.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
End the world. Something you tell
Ending
me.
the world.
You've talked enough. Slay the princess. Oh! זה אשכרה דרך אחרת. Give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
קצת מעניין בעצם שאני... נראה שפתחתי דרך אחרת להגיע לברוקן.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
אוקיי, לפחות זה עדיין מחזיר אותי אל הטאבה. Proceed to the cabin, proceed. Take blade, enter, continue down. Tighten grip. No. Nah.
You
Take a
reach.
blade, stand, and slay the princess. Slay the princess. Slay the princess. Let me proceed to the cabin, proceed to the cabin. Take the blade. Approach the mirror. Smash the... Slay the princess. Step forward and engage your enemy. Shed your vessel. Die again, again! End this! Didn't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where does she go? And there's that.
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared. Okay, I should stop on the call עכשיו.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Screw the mirror. We just need to.
You don't need to comfort them.
Approach the mirror. Hurry up. It's the end for you, but not for me.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Screw that. This can't be the end. It just can't.
It is. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always that makes them leave time to see what's in it. You've grown. Withered, unraveled, vase out, nothing. Can. There you go. Find yourself in the long quiet again. To the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready,
Her thoughts and the vessel.
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return. but it will give me time to reflect on when we will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path, you're here.
Okay. Silently continue to the cabin. עכשיו, זה 2. זה 2. לפני זה, מה דווקא? לא, לפה, לרגע. How many vessels?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My water, you will have your rest in due time.
היא לא אומרת, ואני לא זוכרת את הדיאלוג כמו שצריך. The cabin, the cabin. איך חזרנו לפה? חזרנו לפה. לפחות זה פתח לי דברים חדשים אצל פיורי, נכון? טאוור לא, כי אני כבר עשיתי את זה. נותר רק את זה. Resist the god for a force of arms, but ultimately succumb. Try to resist the god purely through force of will, no weapons. זה ממש interesting בשבילי פה. זה no weapons. וזה resist עד הסוף, ואז אחר כך לעשות pledge, נראה לי ממש בסוף. אוקיי, לא. אני לא בוטח בעצמי. זה כל התחת לפה לא היה סייב?
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her.
Shut up!
Absolutely not.
Die again. Die again. Again.
I'm begging you.
Ignore him. Oh.
Ignore the coward.
Aha. Oh my god, זה סקיפ למוזיקה של ה-Shifting Mound. לא, הנה.
Yes, this one is desecration.
Wedded Heart. לא. אוקיי, אז נראה לי אני אעשה את זה נכון. אוקיי. זה קצת עוזר. איזה כדי לעשות? Eye of the Needle.
You take the blade from...
To the basement.
Good.
And down the
You're
stairs.
still listening to reason.
I haven't decided yet. נראה לי פה.
You ignore
Play the princess.
doubt, unfortunate.
עכשיו אני לא יכול לעשות give up. Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
זה לא.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Adversary. אין משהו שהוא interesting עם adversary.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
אמור להיות בסדר. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning, she will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it
Are you so
matters.
stubborn?
It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Let's do this. עשיתי את זה once, אני יכול לעשות את זה שוב.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
הנה משהו שאני דווקא לא עשיתי.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
כמה שאני שונא את זה. Take the
You
blade!
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the beast. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
גם אני.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
הגיע הזמן באמת.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Hey! Adversary?
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes!
It's about time.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
הגיע הזמן באמת שאני אקח את הבלייד. Slay the princess.
Good. With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
קדימה!
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
You can feel flesh give way before
Ooh.
a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
טוב.
We can do this. Just keep pushing.
stubborn?
Not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
כן, זה לא כזה רעיון טוב. I'll launch the blade and attack you from a different angle.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee.
What?
It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room. You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully.
What?
But you can feel the hilt in your grip. you still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Hello.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
Oh boy.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, דרך אחרת לעולם the needle. Okay, sure.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
Okay, זה interesting. נראה שההנטד וסטאבון תמיד יהיו פה. סטאבון בגלל אדברסרי והנטד זה כבר הפעם השנייה שלי. זה לא הראוט שאני עברתי בו קודם. עדיף שאני אגיד את זה. זה לא הראוט שעברתי בו קודם.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
עכשיו שאני חושב על זה, יש היגיון פה להנטד בשני הדרכים שאני עברתי. אחד זה היה tactical retreat, שזה כאילו לברוח מבחינה אסטרטגית, והשני זה לנסות לתקוף אותם מכיוון אחר במקום ישר מולה. זה interesting. יש דרך להשיג עוד וויסים פה? באבניל? With a skeptic companion, thread the eye of Neil and lead her to the other side. מה זה? What a mistake you made last time was not pushing yourself hard enough. I knew Neil was there once and for all. וואו, כמה הרבה פה. זה interesting. איך הם מגיעים לפה עם סקפטיק? ממה שאני יודע זה adversary exclusive, אז איך הם מגיעים לפה עם סקפטיק? זו שאלה טובה, כי זה פעמיים סטאבון והנטד. Sunny proceeded to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
כן, אבל עדיף שאני אגיד זה שהנטד סטאבון כן מביא אותי דווקא למשהו אחר שאני לא ניסיתי פעם קודמת, שקשור ל-Eye of the Needle. אבל הדסטיניישן שלי הוא כן היה Eye of the Needle. אז זה לפחות טוב.
No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us. Something to chase.
Oh my god, هذا ממש חלש. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight. More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
Obviously אני אקח את הבלייד.
You take the blade from the altar. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
אני אשכרה מכניס את עצמי לתוך סוג של בוס פייט, לפחות שאני אהיה מוכן פה.
Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You do see it, right?
The mirror.
All we see is a damned mirror. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean?
Smash it!
Bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
לא לדאוג, את תקבלי את הפייט שלך, Eye of the Needle.
Go to her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Continue to the basement landing.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember every crack and crevice. You'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the
Hey,
narrow
Shuv, Needle.
The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the
אוקיי.
darkness.
רק בתור פוסט קטן שאני רוצה לעשות. אני כן ארצה דווקא להסביר את עצמי פה, עכשיו. נכון, יש כל הזמן, יש שמות רייף, אפופיוסיס, פיורי, קייג' לדוגמה. הרגע אמרתי לנידו, Eye of the Needle, אז כאילו, ל-Eye of the Needle קראתי נידו. עדיף שאני אעשה את זה גם לקיצורים, גם לאלה, אז נידו, קלאריטי. True Princess, I guess. הפרינסס האמיתית. ו-Happily. אני אעשה את זה ככה, זה נראה הטרמינולוגי שאני עומד בעצם להשתמש בו.
Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh. Break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
רוצה צ'אלנג' תקבלי צ'אלנג'. בואי אחריי.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run. I really don't like the sound of this.
הירו, הכל בסדר, זה עבד פעם קודמת, זה יעבוד עוד פעם.
It's the only way we live.
כי זה fixed story.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're going to do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Step closer, stepping just outside her chains.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
תקבלי מה שאת רוצה.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run.
Go.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
Oh my god, שכחתי שזה ראש.
Hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
קדימה.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
אני עומד לסיים את זה.
Almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess,
Needle.
singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
Oh, lovely dog.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
You've fallen right into my trap.
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real. The only thing that's real is bloodshed.
Traps aren't real, mamash. Alex is not real.
She charges, fully determined to end you in a single move. Left, now.
Left.
As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike.
קדימה.
Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean.
Oh.
You can feel a bruise
Hunted,
already
lost you.
brewing where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch.
קדימה.
Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned.
זה strategy, narrator.
We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
כמה שאני לא אוהב את זה. הגיע הזמן באמת.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady.
הגיע הזמן באמת.
More! Keep going! We can't stop now!
קדימה, stubborn!
You spy an opening. But this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground.
Oh.
Nothing! These blows are nothing to us!
זה רן יותר גרוע, אנחנו God
It
killers.
wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Something feels wrong. Something
And?
Cold?
Then what happens?
I'm a cold needle. It's about time. A wide open field, lure a hulking foe to adventurous terrain and win. But you don't have the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course, you're scared. But this is the end for you. But it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Death. Real death. Screw that. This can't be the end. It just can't.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You widowed. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How many more vessels?
We will know when we near our destination.
יש! 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 אוקיי, זה טוב! זה טוב! זה אומר שהסייב היה בעצם שאני עשיתי את הסטרנג'ר בפעם הראשונה. זה היה הראוט הראשון שלי, סטרנג'ר. וזה טוב מאוד. זה ממש טוב. כי זה אומר שזה מספר 3. זה מספר 3, כי ב4 היא ספציפית מדגישה שבעצם צריך רק עוד אחד. אז יופי. City Thoughts of Vessel? What do you think of this vessel?
This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to reclaim it. She will make for a burning heart.
Burning heart.
Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost.
I need to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Ooh, wow! זה כבר 3.
You're on a path.
אני בראוט 4. אז זה טוב. וואו, כמה הרבה נפתח פה עם נידו. אוקיי, זה היה לפחות obvious להבין פה מה טעות פה. אני לא יודע מה יש פה. Give chase but fail to thread the eye of the needle. מה זה אמור להיות? אולי זה עם skeptic? כן, with a skeptic companion, thread the eye of the needle and lead her to the other side. אולי זה מה שזה, במקום שזה haunted, זה בעצם skeptic. ו-skeptic מביא אותנו ל-downfall. I guess? אוקיי, זה 3. יש לי תוכנית.
You're here to slay.
יש לי תוכנית.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Then drop.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Slay.
Charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
אני אגיד דבר אחד. אני לא זוכר איך משיגים רייזור מחוץ לדרך הזאתי. וזה אשכרה דרך מיוחדת. וזה היה הרייזר הראשון שאני השגתי. זה אינסיין.
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
לא, ואני מוכן לחזור לפה שוב.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Razor. חבר ותיק של הצ'אנל.
You're on the path in the woods.
אין משהו שמיוחד עם רייזר ממה שאני שמעתי.
You're here.
זה בשבילי מטומטם, איך שעשו את רייזר. לא, היסטורי. זה מטומטם איך שעושים דברים לרייזר. My God. אוקיי. נראה לי אני יכול לעשות את זה דווקא. זה נראה בסדר. נראה לי זה בסדר, איך שאני עושה את זה. אבל הנה משהו מטומטם שקשור לרייזר. חוץ מ-specific choices, הדבר היחיד שבו בעצם יש הבדל בין a piercing heart in a cage of iron לבין a piercing heart being free, אני לא יודע מה עושים בשביל eye of the needle. לא, eye of the needle. לא, eye of the needle, סליחה. לא זה. איפה זה? לא. היה עוד אחד. Kiss the girl. לא. הנה. הנה, יש דוגמה פה, see for her seed eyes at the end of everything. לבין see for her eyes at the end of everything as you dance under the stars. זה שני דברים שונים שאני יכול לעשות פה. אבל... אני לא יודע. אבל כאילו אני לא יודע בדיוק מה הם הצ'ויסים הספציפיים. אני רק יודע על זה. ונגיע לצ'ויס ספציפי. ההבדל היחיד בין cage of iron לבין beating free זה רק אם לוקחים או לא לוקחים את הבלייד בצ'פטר 2. That's it! תראו, סליחה. זה המקום היחיד שבו יש הבדל. אבל אני מפחד. זה בעצם משהו שאני יכול לעשות לרוב סקיפ. כי... זה תלוי בשתי סיטואציות. מה קורה בעצם? באמת? יש לי fail safe. Enter the basement.
Are we really doing this without a weapon? You know she has one, right?
אני מקווה שזה עדיין ניתן
The
לעשות דברים.
basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
So you cheated.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, She thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Ken below. Look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygoners be bygoners.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do. So stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Huh. I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Oh my god.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Prove it then! Prove that you don't have a knife!
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
But what if you're just hiding it somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Wow.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
I would like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little Birdface thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. He doesn't even have a knife for stabbing. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
Mm-hmm.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Wow. Nobody has to die.
Of course not. At least not now, because you're here to save me. But you'll have to come close.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here, right now? Both of us normal and unstabbed.
I do have to hand it to her, that's a very good question. And it's one with a simple answer. You haven't slain her yet. So how about you get moving? Last time? What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Axeret.
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying.
I don't have a weapon. Is it a sign of goodwill?
Yes! Yes, of course! Haven't you seen that I've only been nice to you since you got here?
Has she? Her words have been fine, but her general attitude's been weird and extremely suspicious. And I think that's what really counts. This shouldn't even be a question. She absolutely has not been nice to you.
When I said about it. Okay, fine, I'm coming closer to free you. You better not try anything.
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess. I don't like the way you said within arm's reach. You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
Blah!
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Oh my god.
Hers, at first. Then yours. Your neck, specifically.
Blah!
Again? Really?
And in the city left over bomb!
Hehe.
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
You're going to die now.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
No way out. קודם זה היה the arms race, נכון?
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you
זה נראה לי
towards...
מוכר.
Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
אני מה זה מקווה שאני לא דפקתי את זה?
I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Who cares about cards?
Oh!
You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun.
Hey, contrarian.
Is this fun for you?
The
It's
broken.
not fun for me. I don't like being sliced to pieces.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right, that's too much responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we?
אני לא זוכר מי היה לי קודם. בהתחלה, כאן.
The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. And then, we throw it out the window.
Oh.
What? That blade is the only edge we have. We are not.
Too late, because we already did it, didn't we?
Fortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world, yes.
Huh. Okay. That interesting.
That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it.
Huh. זה דווקא מעניין. קונטרריה נראה האחד שבו משנה את החוקים פה. בנוגע לבלייד או לא בלייד בצ'פטר 3. פה. גם אפילו שזה לא באמת צ'פטר 3 כי... weirdly enough, Eraser הוא self-contained chapter.
You're all so mad at each other. I'm just going to sit here quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do.
broken, have fun.
So,
Don't know.
are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to?
اشتمرا.
I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
שנייה אחת, אני רגע צריך לברר משהו, אז כן, כבר חוזר. אוקיי, מצטער על זה. אוקיי, אני צריך לברר משהו אחד. Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
אוקיי, תירגע, Jesus Christ.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean. broken, תירגע כבר, Jesus!
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has, Must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Ouch.
As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view, wryly smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
בוא נתאר מזה שאני לא יכול לעשות עכשיו סקיפ.
And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
My god.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea.
Contrarian!
That was you. I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this.
Oh my god.
Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
Oh my god!
Cut short
שכחתי
by
בזה.
the sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
אני לא יכול לעשות כלום.
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
אוקיי. ככה זה עובד. אוקיי, שנייה. מה יש בממוריז? לאריז. Oh, יש לי את זה. She said she wasn't armed, so what's the harm in getting closer to her? Call an ambulance, but not from me, then make her blush. Sure! Oh, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her.
Now that is an interesting move. Interesting? It's disgusting. No, don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster?
Yes.
Of course we do. I'm into it. The one making the decisions is into it. Are you not? I don't think so. I don't know. I could go either way, honestly.
She doesn't want us.
You're just saying that because you want her to be into you.
I know.
Bruh.
I thought I was being obvious.
Okay. Give her the look. Is it the look? Oh. I know you want to kill me, but has anyone ever told you how gorgeous you are?
A rosy blush flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
Okay.
You're the only person I know, so that's a first. You're sweet. I like you. You're also gorgeous.
Thank you.
Be damned, this is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still gonna kill you though.
Oh my god.
Or not.
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Broken!
Still glowing in her cheeks.
God.
The princess closes the distance between you and skewers you. Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little
Hey,
bit?
Smitten.
What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much. Oh, a new one of us.
Hi.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on it. No, you're in it. Where the hell are you?
I
Buona
think
princess.
we're dead, and that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Warum könnt ihr gar vor Jesus Christ?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question. I think he means how many times have we died? Yes, that. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
Ein paar Mal erwähnt.
I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We'll win her heart eventually.
Come on, show me something new.
I'm going to appeal to her authority. Buff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this other opportunist. Oh, was it? Go. There's no reason we can't talk this out. It doesn't work, and she goes there again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you. More noise isn't helping, it's just making it harder to focus. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging, just keep dodging. She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. We don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window.
Contrarian!
Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that.
Uh-huh.
Just panic. Flee.
Well,
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We lasted a little longer. Barely. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time.
Anyway.
Fine. One last time. None of this is working. Think. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
The empty cup. Okay.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin. Take it from here.
And the weapon.
No steel claw, though. Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke. If it's gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it. That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel.
Jalla.
Yeah, mind over matter. Who needs violence when you have love?
Nathan, shut up.
Who needs love when you've mastered yourself?
Kijk
Who
op.
needs anything when we don't matter?
Waar daar ben je gaat staan te persen.
Well, boys, are we ready?
Wat is dat?
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Jalla.
Yeah, leave it to the pros.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
off.
yeah, just want to see how this ends. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
Hi, Shu.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh
my god, שכחתי.
You gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
קדימה.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists,
Oh.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
Oh boy.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls.
חזרנו
All that
לזה.
remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
אני מנסה להבין פה משהו. זה ליטרלי אותו הדבר, רק לא לוקחים את הבלייד בצ'פטר 2, אז קונטרריאן זורק את זה בצ'פטר 3, ועכשיו זה יותר לא קיים בצ'פטר 4. גם אפילו שכל זה זה self-contained chapter.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
possible עכשיו.
That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Into your mind, שוב.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Fuck you too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act as the princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form. And yet, there is seemingly nothing for her to crash against. Again and again she swings at you, but there never really was a you to swing at.
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
She swings again, and this time she hits something, or something hits her. She looks down in confused terror as her arm bends and folds up in upon itself. Ooh!
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too? No, I'm the one who hurts you.
Law. Oh God! She hurls herself at you, but as she does, her male body bends outwards. The very contact with what you are, repelling her to the point of destruction. Be formless, shapeless. Allow a sharp foe to vanquish herself. A din of shrieking mouth subsides, and something small and delicate falls up into your hand. It's her heart. It beats gently, calmly, in your palm. Ooh. Oh. Bye. Bye. השפטינג מאוד רק יד אחת. זה כל מה שצריך. Now that another word is spoken, it's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Okay, זה קצת funny. Okay, פתחתי call an ambulance, but not for me. But her hands were behind her back, okay, I'm bored. מה חסר לי פה? בשלושה האלה. הנה. ואז... What? אני יודע מה חסר פה. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
אין לה אפילו שום רמז לפאב פה. איך השיפטינג מאונד יכולה לדבר ככה? והנה, זה ליטרלי היה... לפה. לא, זה לא מחשב את זה פה? אולי אני צריך לקבל את ה-achievement? Any thoughts of the vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
How many more vessels?
One.
Yep. זה האחרון. זה piercing heart. Attack the entity, בוא נעשה. You will cut across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Bruh. I'm ready to go back. Fuck it.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. A piercing heart beating free. Bring the razor's heart to her.
You're on a path.
Okay. זה ממש interesting situation, כי אני לא יודעת כמה ה-razor's heart משפיע. זה progression of memories. The progression of memories, obviously. The progression of memories. אבל... מה זה נותן לי עוד? אני מנסה להבין מה זה נותן לי עוד. ואני אעשה לרגע הפסקה קטנה. תודה רבה שזה לא אי סטני שאני לא חייב לדבר כל כך הרבה. אלא זה דווקא משחק הרבה יותר פשוט בעיניי. אז כן, אני לרגע חוזר, אני רגע אעשה קצת הפסקה. אני כבר חוזר. אוקיי, חזרתי. קצת הפסקת מים ושירותים. אז זה דווקא דברים ממש טובים לגוף. אני ממליץ לעשות את זה בזמן הזה. או שאתם כבר עושים את זה באמצע שכאילו... סורי. אבל במקרה שלי אין לי את הסטאפ שלי בתוך השירותים, תודה לאלה. זה יהיה ממש מגעיל, אם זה כדאי ככה. או שאחת ללחוץ על המשחק, סורי. אוקיי. אז יש עכשיו רעיון בנוגע לאחרון.
You make your way up the shore.
דווקא יהיה פשוט יותר. Enter the basement.
Good. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
אני לא.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna need to check upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
אני שמח לפחות ש... יש באמת את רוב הדברים של... דאמזל. אבל לצערי אני לא יכול לעשות... אני כן יכול לעשות את זה. אני אעשה את זה צ'יק צ'אק, זה לא יחשב לי את זה כאנדינג, אני לא מחשב את זה כאנדינג שאני רוצה לעשות. אני רק רוצה לפתוח את זה. The gentle heart, שזה קשור לזה, leave with her. או שאני אעשה את זה כאילו בתור ממש בסוף מתי שאני סיימתי את happily ever after. כי זה רק זה או גריי, ואני עשיתי את הכל למה שקשור בגריי. יש לי משהו ב-happily ever after שאני לא עשיתי קודם. הנה. Oh! Finish playing a game with the help of a manipulative voice. רגע, יש achievement שאומר בעצם שזה... לנחש בעצם את הסמיתן מאחורי... לפי paranoid voice.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Turn to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
אני כל כך מצטער.
You cut into her flesh.
אני קצת מעצבן בנוגע לראוץ שאני עובר פה כי... בואי, עד כמה זה מטורף.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
באמת שאלה טובה, אבל היי. צ'פטר אחד זה כאילו...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
אולי צ'פטר אחד באמת מראה את הדגש של עד כמה fucked up בעצם הסיטואציה של הפרינסס.
No, We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Wait, so good.
I
my God,
can't
now I don't.
just let her escape into the world.
אחרי כל האנדינגס אני סוף כל סוף בוחר במשהו שלא צריך את הבלייד.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warren.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
לא.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
אבל sorry.
She
חייב לעשות את
nervously
זה.
reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh
She
boy.
plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
אוקיי.
But you aren't dead yet.
עדיף שאני רגע עושה פה קצת כוכבית קטנה בנוגע לדברים פה. הלונג קווייט הוא obviously שחור. זה הפים של הציפור. אבל השמלה של הפרינסס? יש פה קצת גוונים שחורים מעבר לכל הלבן אם נתעלם מהאדום של הדם. אז הניחוש שלי זה דווקא שהשמלה שלו הוא דווקא בעצם כחול. אני לא יודע למה, אבל אני כל הזמן רואה את הפרינסס עם שמלה כחולה. אולי זה איזשהו סטריאוטיפ כזה של פרינססות שאני איכשהו אני לא שמתי לב לזה. אבל אני רואה אותה, אני מדמיין אותה עם שמלה כחולה. obviously זה שחור לבן פה, אבל זה נראה כחול.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
והכתר שלה, פה למעלה, הוא מרגיש כאילו הוא שקוף. לא, זה תיארה טכנית? אני לא יודע, זה טכנית כתר. הכתר הוא פשוט נראה שקוף. הכתר פשוט נראה שקוף, אני לא יודע למה. אולי זה כאילו לבן, זה למה זה נראה כאן בסטייל הזה שקוף. אבל השמלה אני רואה את השמלה אני רואה כחול.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
לא.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
לא.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not.
אבל
So
זה
it doesn't
לא.
matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
אני מצטער.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have
הנה
gone
משהו קטן שאני
differently, I
רוצה
can't
להוסיף פה.
deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
משהו קטן שאני רוצה להוסיף פה זה אם מחזיקים את זה אם בכלל לא נוגעים בעכבר או כל זה, אני די בטוח שככה זה הסטייל, אבל אני מרגיש כאילו הנסיכה רועדת. אולי זה הדמיון שלי, אבל הסטייל שבו יש את כל הכתב הזה של העולם הזה, זה מרגיש כאילו הנסיכה כאילו רועדת ככה. משהו כזה, זה לא באמת נכון, אבל ככה זה מרגיש.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
A damsel, it's about time. הגיע הזמן באמת.
In the woods, and you're here to slay it.
הגיע הזמן באמת. Proceed to the cabin.
She will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
אוקיי. בשביל לעשות את מה שאני מבין שצריך לעשות, כי אני די בטוח שזה ה-only option שנותר לי בדאמזל, אני לא יכול לקחת את הבלייד. סוף כל סוף קצת יותר פסיפיזם.
Creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my
spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
סמטן הוא בין הקולות שכאילו you love him or you hate him. אתם אוהבים אותו או שאתם שונאים אותו. אין לי שום דרך אחרת לתאר את סמטן. אני פשוט שונא אותו. כי הוא כאילו נמצא עם הרעיון של העולם ורוד, הכל פרפרים ופרחים וכל הנונסנס הזה. כל העולם באמת זה רק bloodshed ו-war. עד כמה שאני קרוב אישית, אני מרגיש עם סמטן, אני יותר פסיפיזם all the way. אני יותר על הנושא הזה של פסיפיסט, אבל אני גם רוצה להיות יותר אסטרטגי. חייב להיות אסטרטגיה לכל המשחק הזה. וזה בעצם התיק שאני רוצה בעצם לקבל. כי... אז כאילו... יש בי אלמנטים, אני לא אתנגד לזה, יש בי אלמנטים שהם דומים בעצם לסמטן, אבל אני לא קרוב אליו, אני לא מרגיש שאני קרוב אליו. אישית, כמו שאני אמרתי קודם, אני קרוב לברוקן, קולד, סקפטיק, צ'יטד, אבל הפרסונליטי שלי, אולי זה יותר קרוב לארבעה אלה, אבל אם מדברים על הפרסונליטי ואיך שאני רוצה שחיים יהיו, הייתי מכניס גם סמטן לתוך כל זה. אבל אני יודע שזה לא יהיה נכון.
it's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
ונראה לי שאני גם שנאתי את הנושא הזה של הפרינסס עצמה. נראה לי אני גם שנאתי, קצת מצחיק, נראה לי אני שנאתי את הפרינסס עצמה, בגלל שהיא כאילו זה חלק מהסטריאוטיפ של הכל כל כך ורוד ופרפרים, שזה complete nonsense.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
עכשיו שאני חושב על זה, אולי אני גם קרוב לנרייטור. Cheated, cold, skeptic, broken. והנרייטור. אולי ככה אני מרגיש שהפרסונליטי שלי יותר קרוב אליהם. שכאילו objective, obvious, straight to the point. אבל לא סמיתן. סמיתן זה איך שאני רוצה להיות, אם כבר. סמיתן זה איך שאני רוצה להיות, אבל כל החמישייה הקודמת זה מה שאני באמת. אולי זה ייתן לכם קצת תיאור בנוגע למי אני באמת, אבל היי. ככה זה חיים אחרי הכל. Rescue the princess.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
Yeah, שאלה, מה יש עם סמיתן ורש, או R?
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would.
Who can?
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
אני רק מקווה שאני עושה את זה נכון.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Who can creature, a princess can creature of perception.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave. Then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
Oh!
The princess takes your hand, the last
The
hopes of
Haddash.
the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
Yes, I feel a music shift. Is that interesting?
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
איך החיים יהיו יכולים להיות כאלה פשוטים? זה בעצם היה הסיטואציה.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Bruh.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
הלוואי שזה היה רק נכון, in actuality, אבל באמת, כל העולם מלא בדיכאון, בחרא, וכל מיני דברים כאלה.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
טכנית לא.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Hero. I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks.
Oh!
The door creaks
Wow!
open. Are you kidding me?
Get fucked!
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Get fucked!
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
לא. You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
Love you too, pal.
You know, if her walking out that door is really gonna end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
אוקיי. הנה משהו שאני הולך לעשות פה שינוי. הנה משהו שאני עומד לעשות פה שינוי. אני רק לרגע, אני רוצה להגיע, אני אראה את הממוריז. בדאמזל יש את זה, את ג'נטל heart. זה pliable. אני רוצה להשיג את הג'נטל heart, קודם. לא, אני לא רוצה אוטופליי בכלל. ככה, אוקיי. אני אעשה משהו אחד קודם, ואז אחר כך אני אעשה את הדבר האחר. Stop it with these interruptions. I already made up my mind. We're leaving.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
A romantic haze. Your love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
Bye.
Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Cole,
Oh boy.
Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Not a maid.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
That's not gonna happen. אז זה הולך להיות הסיום פה, אבל זה לא הולך להיות הסיום כאן. אם אתם מבינים למה אני מדבר. But you don't get a chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for her to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. And is that a...
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Look, yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
See you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Approach the mirror. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. Look on once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You're nothing at all. Now that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the side of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Fuck you! No need answers for that thing that lives in the mirror. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast and mason god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Say the cabin one last time. A gentle heart, bring the damsel to her. זה כל מה שאני רציתי. כי עכשיו יש לי 100% completion לדמזל. והנה ככה נראה לג'נטל heart. אוקיי, sure. אבל זה לא היה הסיום שלנו פה. In actuality, אנחנו הולכים לכאן. שים reload. All we need to be happy is each other. What if we stayed here and built a life together?
What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world. All we need is each other. That's exactly what I just suggested. Was it not romantic when I suggested it? Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening.
Man, Jesus Christ.
You answered me.
But the door's right there. We can just leave.
לא צריך.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she not wooed by our proclamation of love? We not enough for her? She's not wooed by you because staying here and building a life together isn't a seduction. It isn't anything. It's a non-answer. It can't be done.
Uh-huh. Trust me, it'll be better for the both of us if we stay. We can be happy here. We just have to want it.
But we would have to be here forever. I don't know you. This is really what you want, though, isn't it?
שכחתי שככה בעצם.
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
She doesn't seem happy about this. But she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she? I don't know. She has a point. She doesn't know us. No, it has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here. As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
Who can?
Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know?
אהה.
I suppose I can't stall forever.
פשוט תעשה את זה.
You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider.
אבל יש להם פה יותר שליטה מצ'פטר 2.
And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be
Oh,
soon.
God.
You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room. Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Oh boy.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something. It's beautiful.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Happily ever after. Fitting, I suppose.
You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin.
Happily ever after.
Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet. We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time. Now, he's clearly disorientated. I'm sure all this new info is going to come as quite a shock to him. Best if we're gentle.
Huh. Opportunist פה. פעם קודמת אני הייתי כאן עם paranoid. עכשיו יש את opportunist. Okay, sure, I guess.
And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome!
Hi.
Thank you. I'm just happy to be here. Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire other reality. But I'm sure since you're so well-travelled, you know that, yes? Well, we know that now, thanks to you. We're all so lucky to be stuck with, working with someone so well-informed. You can count on us to do things right from here on out.
Okay, opportunist, מה שאתה אומר?
I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house fit for royalty.
אוקיי, כוכבית קטנה שאני רוצה להגיד פה. למה זה נראה לי שהפרינסס כאן, אני לא יודע איזה פרינסס זה ספציפית, אבל זה מראה שהלב שלה שבור. זה הגיוני עם אפים של happily ever after, אבל אני גם לא כזה נגעתי פה הרבה, אולי יש דברים שאני פספסתי. אבל אני רואה פה יש פשוט דמות שלמה של פרינסס, הכל יפה ובסטייל, ואז הלב מחולק לפשוט שבור. זה נכון גם לכל צד שרואים את זה. זה פשוט interesting detail.
Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
Huh. Approach the mirror.
You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. The handle is right there. Do feel free to give it a push as soon as you'd like. There is no door, there's a mirror. No, there isn't. Now this is tricky. My eyes say there's a mirror, but my brain says there isn't one.
Again.
Look, if you need help, just raise your hand, and I'll guide it where it needs to go.
Reach forward.
You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the handle.
Ta-da, narrator!
It's gone. I'm just glad we can all agree on a shared reality. And then you push the door open. Marvelous. We can proceed.
בוא נמשיך.
It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather, they go up. They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet.
Huh.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm.
אני מניח שזה מה שקורה כשמגיעים ל-happily ever after.
Don't worry about it, boss. You're doing great.
Boss! What? Okay. Boss man.
I'm not, but I appreciate the encouragement. Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess.
זה אשכרה יהיה רעיון טוב. רק אם זה באמת הסיבה למה אני באתי לפה. קצת מעצבן אותי לעשות את זה כי... אני מצטער. happily. אני מצטער. אבל... this needs to be done.
No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality.
מתחיל פה לבכות.
It's in her very nature.
רגע, למה הם מתחיל פה לבכות? I guess כי היא באמת innocent. היא באמת innocent. אין בייסמנט, אלא במקום זה עולים למעלה, לא יורדים למטה. מגיעים בעצם לשולחן שבו פשוט יושבים ונהנים ועושים כל מיני דברים. אבל...
Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
Oh my god, I know.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets.
Sure.
Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice. Gotta say, I'm with him on this one, boss. When have nice things ever been a problem? That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
And proceed up the stairs.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room. The princess, seated at its far end.
אוקיי, אני לא כזה הסתכלתי על הרקע פעם קודמת, אבל עכשיו אני מסתכל פה. יש בעצם אולי גרסאות שונות של הפרינססס, או שזו אותה פרינסס, happily, או שזה בעצם happily. כל אלה בצורה אחת או אחרת מתנשקת עם הדמות שלנו, של הציפור.
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck. So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy.
וואי. אני מצטער.
Yeah, that is easy, isn't it? So, where's the rush?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
מצטער happily, אבל...
The As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
אני לא יכול לעשות פה כלום בינתיים. What is this place?
It's our happy ending, just like you asked for. It's everything we're supposed to have ever wanted.
What are we supposed to do now?
Oh, right, dinner. I'd totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn bright and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Am I ever? And look at this spread. It's a feast fit for a king.
I guess הנושא הזה של royalty.
Yeah, and after everything we've been through, we could use a break. More than that, we deserve a break.
Yeah, מסכים. Eat.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe. Your cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels. This really is perfect, isn't it? It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
The shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick-crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already. A good meal is still a good meal, and we didn't even have to clear the dishes. I'm happy.
Opportunist. Ay, איתך opportunist.
And then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect if we just do it again.
אני מנחש שאפשר כבר להבין את הפים של הדבר הזה, אבל... אני לא אוהב את מה שאני צריך לעשות פה. אני לא אוהב את זה בכלל. זה דבר אחד שאני אגיד על בטוח. אני לא אוהב את זה בכלל. עכשיו שאני חושב על זה, נראה לי עכשיו נזכרתי למה אני עשיתי סייב פייל אחד ריק וסייב פייל אחרי סטרנג' וסייב פייל עם סטרנג'ר. זה בגלל הנושא הזה של הקאבן, אבל אני לא יודע מה לחשוב, באמת.
So the shadow sweeps over the table, clearing the old and laying out the new. And so you do it again. The meat is fine, the bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more. Well, food is food, isn't it? Can't always be amazing. What matters is that we don't have to make it. Getting other people to do the hard work always improves the taste.
לא הייתי כזה בטוח. אני כל כך מצטער, happily. אני מצטער כי... זה הפרינצס שאישית. אולי... את אמרתי כל כך קרוב, אני לא יודע כזה מה להגיד. אני לא יודע מה אני יכול להגיד על הפלי, שפוק אותי בצורה אחת או אחרת.
Does it? Because it seems like the taste is getting worse, and we haven't had to so much as lift a finger. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just as hungry as when you began. Again.
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast, and again you eat. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking through. You don't even touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating. Well, it's still free food we didn't have to make, right? Oh, am I kidding? We were eating like kings and now we're eating like pigs. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
זה קצת מעצבן אותי לחשוב על מה שאני עומד לעשות, אבל...
I'm so tired of this.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
Not a fan of whatever just happened. I don't want to sit in the dark. Losers sit in the dark. I want to sit in a brightly lit, spacious room where we can see our beautiful, queenly wife. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other three torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just said something you wanted to say.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. I'm not supposed to do that. I don't want him to be upset with me.
It's just a torch. Don't worry about it, we still have plenty of light.
Yeah. We just have to keep the rest lit, and everything will be okay.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
We should do something fun. Wouldn't that be nice? What if we played a game?
Yes, I love games. I'm great at them.
Kadima opportunist.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game, its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing, its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
נראה טוב.
Great, we don't even have a rule book. That means we can make up as many rules as we want. And we will. Don't worry, I am excellent at cheating. She'll never suspect a thing. I don't think it really matters. This all kind of feels like we're just filling time, you know?
גם.
What, you don't want to win? To show our prowess in all avenues and accumulate respect? Wow, you would be hopeless without me. Count your lucky stars I'm here. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
Bro.
And so you start over. She only made us start over because we were winning. Time passes. You play the game. You win.
Yay!
Boom! And
there you have it. What did I
Game
tell
night.
you?
Win the
My
game with the
greater
help of a
games are my
manipulated
greatest
voice.
games.
Yay.
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again.
Uh-huh.
The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life. But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish, till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful.
Isn't it great that we're all having such a lovely time together? We just have to stay positive and realize how happy we are. Then all of those lights will stay on and keep showing us all the cool stuff we have.
Ma.
Yeah, sure.
Habe mit Yash. Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
She's being defensive. And we all know being defensive is a sign of weakness. We
need the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Whatever the shadow has been showing us isn't real. We need to see what happens when the lights go out.
We do, don't we? I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out.
I feel empty.
She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
Me too. It feels like an important part of me is gone, but I'm still here. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how we're supposed to pick up the pieces.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
אני מצטער. אני מצטער, אני מצטער, אני מצטער. למה? למה? כל כך אני... מצטער. סורי. אני לא מסתכל. אני לא מסתכל, אני לא יכול להסתכל.
Are you sure you want to do that?
אני חייב להסתכל. ביי.
You're sending us some real mixed signals, boss. I suppose I am. I'm just worried that I might have made a terrible mistake.
אני מצטער. אני חייב להמשיך עם האובג'קטיב.
A terrible mistake? Isn't she supposed to end the entire world? Yes, and that hasn't changed. I'm just not sure the world I want is worth it. But how can a saved world ever be worse than one that's gone?
אני מצטער. I'm sorry. אני לא יכול.
See, that's exactly what I thought. Think what you will. I'm only here to guide you. You're the one who makes the decisions.
אני מצטער, happily. אני מצטער.
Well, looks like there's nobody around who can tell us what to do anymore. First the shadows got blown out, now even the big shot narrator man is having doubts. We don't need to waste our time slaying her. We've clearly won.
מצטער. I don't get cold feet now. This is for the good of everyone. I'm saving the world here.
The princess doesn't try to flee as murderous intent settles into your eyes.
אני מצטער.
Nor does she resist as you wrap your fingers around the blade dangling from her neck. As the weapon sinks deep into her heart, all she manages are 3 muttered words.
It's finally over.
אני מניח.
I didn't think it would be so awful to help you see this through, but all of this was for a reason. The world is better off without her.
Sorry.
I really hope that's true. They always say it's lonely at the top. I didn't think they actually meant it.
I feel cold. But I guess I've felt that way for a long, long time.
אני מצטער. מצטער. לא יכול. חייב להמשיך. יש אנדינגס. יש לי אנדינגס להשיג. זה מעצבן. למה? אני חייב להמשיך. אני חייב להמשיך פה. Strong determination that will resolve the power. אני חייב לעשות את זה. אני מצטער, happily. Our sacrifices must be made. Though you've pierced her heart, you do not see her die. Nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
It's finally over.
Should we try and find her?
Kill your happy ending. אני לא מרגיש טוב עם זה.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Oh, זאת companion. Opportunist. כל אומר, if they think it's bad, I'm with them. אבל עכשיו בגלל שזה רק heroes, אז הוא, לא הם. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Sacrifice הזה היה חייב לעשות.
Finally. We're going places.
Approach the mirror. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. להתראות. You don't need to answer. It's just on that thing. It lives in the mirror. You already know what you are. You are the long quiet, a vast, a nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Sit to the cabin one last time. When arriving at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. אני כל כך מצטער, happily. Okay, בוא נעשה את זה. Finale. It's about time. הגיע הזמן באמת.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not deaf, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Slay the princess.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save him, then so be it.
A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you tore down the walls and freed us both from a mockery of life.
What?
Would you rebuild those walls and throw the world in them? would you keep them in that box we shared and tell them that they're happy?
Oh god, okay. I sunk my blade in your heart because I didn't need you. I still don't need you.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your body
Okay,
and
that's
not
hard.
your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you.
איך אוהבת
Pushed you
אותי
to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
זה הבלנדר היחיד שיש לי. Oh! יש! I didn't humble you. You humbled yourself. Just as you broke yourself upon me then, so will you break yourself upon me now.
Death is a fantasy. Only those who lack perspective see it as anything other than transformation. You cannot destroy me. I crush you. I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere new, somewhere we can dance like we used to. But I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be. We made each other better. To have no challenges to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
I remember the moment of my victory. As soon as you entered my domain, I destroyed you.
You have never truly seen me gone. You cannot fathom a world without me.
Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
Even when you reduced me to nothing, you could not rid yourself of me. But I was able to rid myself of you.
Enough!
Whoa! The princess dives into you once more, but this time no long figure claws its way to the surface. Instead, you are swept up in the whole of her multitudes, and feel the tide crashing against you. Whoa! Whoa! What's that? They're like gnats against your divine skin.
I am the thread that weaves nothing into something.
She tears into you, hand and fist and tooth and claw. The pace of your dance quickening and quickening and quickening. But the faster she moves, the more easily keep pace. You have already seen the path to victory. Whoa! As she strikes against you, you catch her, hands clasping her wrists and wings binding her arms. A fervor rises in her multitudes as they struggle against you, but you remain unmovable in your resolve. And then it's over. Her shoulders slump and her limbs go slack. You see defeat in her many eyes.
This shouldn't be possible. What are you? What can you ever hope to be without me to define your shape? Please, don't do this to yourself.
Sorry, Shifty. By the time for the speech is over, you will make her see your truth. Ooh. Offer her your hand or destroy her. Destroy Nishmatov. She's gone, and you are truly gone. But there are worse things than to be alone. But there are worse things to be than alone. Your consciousness sits at the center of the long quiet, at the center of yourself, with nothing left to distract you. You can finally feel its edges. The artificial constraints put in place by a lesser thing that could never hope to understand you, where the infinite folds into itself endlessly. Your cage. It could only imprison you as long as you didn't notice it, and it has your full attention now. Oh! The Hadash! As the mere thought that it might break, it falls apart. And there you see it. A world free from death. Your new world, ever moving but never decaying. A world of uninterrupted experience. What things will you put in it, now that it is yours? What beings will you carve into eternity to experience you? What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Your new world. There are worse things than to be alone. Wow! אני לא ציפיתי לזה בכלל. לכל הקרדיטס, obviously. In our song list, Chili. The princess. To be everything. Shifting Mount אחד. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive. Shifting Mount movement 2. The Eye of the Needle. Shifting Mount movement 3. The Razor. Shifting Mount movement 4. What remains after the fire. The long quiet. The Shifting Mound movement 5. וואו. עולם חדש. לחלוטין. זה מעניין שזה העולם שבו יש אש, שבו מתקרבים אל השמש. וכאן יש מים וכל זה, אבל כאן נראה חור שחור. או תמונה של חור שחור. שזה אינטרסטינג כשמסתכלים על הכל. אני כל כך מצטער, הפלי. קיבלתי את הגיים רק בגלל האופורטוניסט? אוקיי. It's finally over. Offer her your hand. There might be worse things than the end of the world. Leave with her hand not in hand. I meant it when I said I wanted to dance. Okay. Offer her your hand, Natalipo.
You offer me your hand as if you've proven me wrong. But I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
No.
You just haven't listened to me.
Whoa.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Hero! I thought the voices weren't allowed here. Okay. You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
After all the times you told me that mirror was going to kill me, I'm genuinely surprised you missed me. But you don't have to get into all that. I'm here now. That's what matters. Seems like you've been doing all right on your own, but I don't think you can strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I can do this on my own.
You can't, and lucky for you, I'm not going to let you try.
Okay, we're back here. חזרה לפה.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place.
Hey, Kachoria.
Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
Uh-huh.
No hard feelings about taunting us with our deaths, by the way. I thought it was funny. Not sure about the others, though.
Come be sério, Draga.
They're not happy.
Oh.
Oh, they'll get over it.
Sorry. Enter the basement. There we go. I'd like the description now, if you don't mind, for all time's sake.
Yeah, of course.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, windows.
And the blade.
No mirror this time, and there's no blade, is there? I guess whatever we find down there, we'll have to face it empty-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I guess you're right. I think it's better that way.
Adif.
If there was a blade, you'd probably just tell us to throw it out the window.
Yep. זה מה שקרה פעם קודמת.
Nah, there wouldn't be a third beat. We need a third beat for it to be funny. Besides, I don't feel like laughing anymore.
Fitting, I suppose. Oh. Oh, זה 5,000 ידיים. Oh my god. Okay. Sure.
You've changed.
I think I'm just tired. I've had a lot of time to myself here.
Enter the basement.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. Let's talk one last time before you kill us, if that's still what you want to do.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
Continue down the stairs.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
No knife? Even after everything you saw out there, and all the lives we've ended together, and you coming right out and saying you'd rather see us dead. You're second-guessing yourself?
זרקתי את הבלייד בהתחלה.
We thought we could see everything. But this is outside of the script.
Huh.
Are we missing a page?
See with them. I got a chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you, at least. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
That's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. A conversation with us then probably wouldn't have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
רגע, שנייה, אני חייב את הבלייד? אני חייב את הבלייד. אוקיי. אוקיי, אין בעיה. רגע. זה, load. אין בעיה, אז אני אעשה את זה זמני.
That's probably for the best.
Low throw out the window, enter the basement. Go downstairs. Oh. Slide the princess.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
So, you've made a choice for all of us. Even through everything. Through all the worlds we've seen and experienced. Through all the lives we've known and lost. We could never imagine a world without you and us. It doesn't feel possible. Despite it all, we've always loved you. We hope you don't regret what comes next.
You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Another action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. When destroying her once and for all, you also destroy a part of yourself, but the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
Leave the
That's right. We've got a whole world to see.
Get along with your culture. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here. Yeah, there's not a lot for us to do, is there?
Path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is more to see beyond this place. The fruit of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs once you couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. Feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
Now, it shouldn't be that hard to break out of here. We're some sort of god, aren't we? He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives away. And then, just shattering, you are free. And before lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and atrocious cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination. We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better. Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to see you all again. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
So then, dang. זה היה על הפרסט רן שלי, הרן הראשון ביותר שאני אי פעם עשיתי. Transformation, the long quiet. אבל... יש לי עוד המשך. We don't think there's a way for us to leave, but maybe there doesn't have to be an ending.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
It's good to finally see you again.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
But that's what you've always been, even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are, and neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
We don't know. We've seen through so many eyes, but all of them have been hers. We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made, even though she did everything in her power to convince you. It took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find that courage beautiful.
But that's the worst part of us. That's me she's talking about. I think that's the point. There is no worst part of us.
I don't think I ever really wanted to slay you, but I don't like what your existence means for the world.
We don't have many options, though, do we? There are only so many places to go, and you don't have a means to slay us. So, what will we do?
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer satisfying. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others. Yes, that feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else.
No, that'll be at the end of everything. Can you finally tell me your name?
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad. I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad.
Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah. We really are the same.
Well, this was really fair fight of us, was it?
Is it unfair if it's our fault?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every second of it.
Besides, I don't think fairness has much to do with anything.
I think the only thing left for us to do is leave.
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or what that would mean for you? Is that what you want?
I've always wanted to live with you. I don't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door just as we are. Just you and me.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it Feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Are you two going to be okay alone?
We're not alone. We have each other, and I'm sure we'll find the others.
Leave with the princess. You lead and the princess follows. Then together, you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend. Comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an emergency in the silence. Energy in the silence. And electricity. The anticipation of the unknown. זה לא מה שאני רציתי, זה מעצבן! At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see tension seize them. They're unaware of themselves for the first time in their very long and short existence. They have no part to play anymore, and they know this, yet they still are. And then they cross the room to the door outside. You follow their confident steps.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there.
And that is why we're here. We can't wait to see it with you.
אני לא יודע מה לחשוב. Obviously, עדיין יש לי עוד דברים לפי הממוריז. נותר לי רק עוד אחד ב-end of everything. Finally. כל הסקשן הזה נפתח. אבל... אני לא מרגיש טוב עם עצמי בכלל. אני לא מרגיש פה טוב עם עצמי. על פי מה שאני עשיתי. אני לא יודע מה לחשוב. אני לא יכול לחשוב. אני שם את הלב של היום פה. אני לא יכול. אני אשכרה לא יכול. הסוף של happily באמת מעצבן אותי. כי אין לי כזה דרך אחרת להגיד את זה. אני מרגיש שמבין הכל, אשכרה, הכל. אני מרגיש ש-happily זה הכי אני, actually. אני הכי הגיע הזמן כבר להראות את המחשב. לא יודע מה לחשוב. נסקתי הרבה achievement'ים לפחות. A quantum break, a wild open field, be formless, shapeless. Placing her being free. Romantic haze. A gentle heart. Game night. It's finally over. Your new world. Obviously יש לי עוד achievement'ים, אני אשתדל לעשות all achievements, אבל לאט לאט מתחיל לרדת לי המוטיבציה אשכרה לעשות את זה, אז אני אסיים את הפרק של היום פה. אז כן, מצטער על הקול שלי עכשיו, אני חייב באמת לקחת הפסקה. כאן ירין, ניפגש בסרטון העולם הבא שלי, גם מקווה שנהנתם. בוא נקווה שאני יכול לשחק במשחק יותר טוב. ושמח. וירין, out. ביי חברים, מקווה שאתם נהנים.